Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndidi, your resident medical SLP. So today our topic is going to be why, oh why, would you choose to work in a hospital? Why do you want to work in a hospital? Pros and cons. So, hospitals. What are the pros? So the pros of working at a hospital, I do love working at a hospital. You have a variety of patients, and best of all, you have a flexible schedule. You can decide to come in early in the morning. You can come in at 7 a.m., see the patients at 7 a.m. Whenever you're done with your day, you leave. So it's not like you're there, you have to be there every day from 7 to 3. No, whenever you finish your patients, you're off. All you have to do working at a hospital is meet your patients. How many times they're supposed to be seen during the week, you have to meet that for the week. Once you're done with that, you're done with that. You have flexible schedule, flexible hours. I at times would come in like later in the day. You can come in at 11, just as long as you see all your patients and give them the proper care that they need, then you just literally have to do your job. So say you wake up and you're like, oh shoot, like, oh my God, like I slept in today. You're still gonna be fine. You're not gonna get reprimanded by the principal or anything. You just literally get up, put your scrubs on, go to work and get your job done. No one is gonna be like, oh, you know, you missed this, you missed, because the patients are always there. It's a 24-hour type of job. It's also one of the pros is that it's challenging. It's challenging work. It's mentally stimulating. You're always thinking. You're on your feet, on your toes, researching. There's someone who will come in and this person has like cancer of the neck or Zenker's diverticulum, something just like whoa, whoa, whoa. So you're always like on your toes, in your books, reading, researching, going to different conferences, trying to learn more. And I prefer that kind of stimulation where you're just, you know, always like taking in more information, which is, I think that's good. Another pro about working at a hospital, you're one-to-one with your patients. You're more in charge. Like the doctors look to you as the one and only SLP at the hospital. You give them the information, your recommendation goes, like whatever you say goes. You're gonna ask the doctor. So this is how it works. You give your recommendation to the doctor. Doctor usually gonna say yes. So you want to do this. You refer to the doctor. Doctor says yes. Recommendation goes through. Let's go on to the cons of working at a hospital. And we're going to be real, very real. If you're really deciding to work at the hospital, you have to think about these things. You're going to come in contact, it's going to be stressful. It's very, very high stress. You're working in an environment where there's sick people around. There could be a cold going on. You see nurses and doctors and stuff rushing to a room. Someone has a cold blue. Maybe they went into a respiratory failure. They need to be resuscitated. So you're going to encounter things like that where you're just like, whoa, like what's going on, girl? What's going on? You might encounter someone dying. Some families might want you to see their very, very old, elderly family member, and you kind of start getting into the habit of, you know, when a person is about to pass away. Like, oh, it's like now you have the knowledge of, you know how somebody looks when they're gonna die or when they're right there. And that way it can be kind of like a morbid job working at a hospital. And if you're not about that life, don't do it. Because it could be sad to be talking to a patient one day and then the next day they say, oh, this patient expired, and you just gotta say, oh, wow, it's sad. Also, a con is you'll be all up in the nurse's business and they'll be all up in your business. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, whenever you receive an order from the doctor and the order is not correct, you have to go through the nurses to change up the order. Like say if you recommend something, you have to be on top of the nurses and make sure that they put in your orders. So you're gonna have to interact with the nurses, and it could be tricky sometimes. Some nurses, they're always very, very busy, especially the RNs. They're very, very busy. They have their stuff to do, so it can be kind of like a nuisance or annoying. Like, who is this person? Who is the speech therapist coming to me telling me this, that, and that? So you have to build a relationship with them and kind of just ease your way in there. A lot of the nurses don't know how to put in the specific speech orders, so you have to like talk them through it. And there's a certain way, or je ne sais quoi, you gotta have about yourself to not take advantage of the situation and be demeaning or make them feel a certain type of way, especially the men. You know, some men don't like to take orders from a woman, or they feel a certain kind of way when you're asking for something. So you really have to, that's something you got to deal with. That's a con. The last con for working at a hospital is you do have a lot of power. You have a lot of power, you have a lot of say-so. Your recommendation could change the course of somebody's life. You're working with them, nothing is working, and you tried every exercise and you're not improving, and you've done your fees, you've done your MBS, and they're just not improving. You have to make this powerful decision, like whether or not you want them to be nil per oral, so NPO, or continue eating and then possibly, you know, have an aspiration pneumonia, respiratory failure, So you have a lot of power, and that in itself is stressful because you have to make major choices just right there. Like, after you evaluate them, you make a major choice. You can always pick them back up and, you know, give them a second chance, but sometimes you don't have the time to, you make your decision and then that person gets discharged. And once you make your decision, sometimes that decision is final. So you do have a lot of power in your hands. That's why I pray a lot when I am working, because I know that I am not smart enough to be making decisions for people's lives that could change the course of their lives. Like, if somebody's NPO has to get a PEG placement, that's for a lot of people, that's a permanent thing. You have to really like look to God to guide you, to lead your hands, your heart, your mouth, to just make all of your decisions. And you have to also do your research, really think about the person as a whole, their quality of life, different things like that. Like, a lot of decisions involve, you know, if the family wants to do hospice, or if they want to continue with the alternative nutrition, having a tube through their nose, having a tube through their side. Like, you have to kind of talk to the family and really, you know, get them to make the choice that's best for their family. Because at the end of the day, it's up to the patients and their families, you know, what they want. It's up to the patient to decide what they want, and if they can't decide, the family will decide. Those are the pros and cons. I personally enjoy working at a hospital. It took me about maybe a year to just get used to working at a hospital. Now I'm used to it. This is going on my second year, so now I'm confident in what I do. I am definitely still learning, and I have a lot more to learn, so it's just a growing experience for me. We also have vacations. You can just like I want to go to Italy in August, so I'm just gonna tell my supervisor, like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be off these 2 weeks, and then they'll just have someone cover for me, like a PRN person will come in and cover all my shifts. It's a lot I could talk about. But yeah, I personally enjoy working at a hospital. You might see that like working at a school might be the better fit for you if you're more of a just happy-go-lucky, you don't want too many challenges, just want to, you know, take your summer breaks and live your life, girl. If you don't want all the challenges that come with the hospital, the fast pace and all that, if you're not like that type of vibe, that type of babe, then like it's not for you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up, and let me know some more ideas about medical SLP, like what I should be talking about. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.